The big game is fast approaching, but wait, you still haven't got your tickets. You've spent hours searching, but you're still confused about ticket prices. Time to stop searching. Visit ticketcompare.com. We compare ticket prices for all the popular leagues and tournaments for you. We work only with the most trustworthy sites, so you can have peace of mind when buying your tickets. Compare prices, buy tickets, get to the game. Ticketcompare.com. Buying tickets made simple.
21. Here we go.
How's your squad looking for tomorrow? I guess you'll try and make a few changes with the hectic schedule you've had.
Not really. I think we will have a strong team because we play one game this week, one game next week, so we can try to put a team that for me will be enough to win the game.
In terms of injuries, is there anyone missing for this one?
No, we have the same problems. Mitrovic, Mbemba is also injured, and we have Gamez, Lejeune and Elliott, the same that we had before.
Any opportunity for any of the younger players to be involved? There's been a suggestion that maybe Freddie Woodward could get a chance.
Yeah, maybe some of them, but I will try to play a strong team to be sure that we put everything there and we will try to win.
I guess the mood is fairly buoyant after the great win against Stoke on New Year's Day.
Yeah, everybody's happy, everybody has been training well, but to be fair, this group of players, they have been training well the whole season, so now you could see more smiles in their faces because obviously when you win it's easier, but has been very positive, the atmosphere. How
pleased have you been with the way you've managed to manage the Christmas, the festive spell? You've had so many games, you've juggled the team around a bit and you've got a pretty decent points return from that.
Yeah, you know that you have to do it when you play games in a few days, especially the last two. You have to change players to be sure that physically you can cope with the intensity. Then we did well. We are happy with the points that we get. We were disappointed because we were expecting to win against Brighton, but this league is very, very tough, and you can see from the 11th until the 17th, all the teams they are in 4 points, so it's quite difficult, and we have to be sure that every game is important, and if you get 3 points, fine, but if not, maybe the next one is an opportunity, like we see Brighton and Stoke both together.
In the FA Cup this weekend, VAR technology will be trialled for the first time. Do you think that's a good idea? Have you had any instances in the past when you could have? Yeah,
we have had some meetings talking about that, and we have seen some examples, and sometimes it's fine, sometimes it's not so clear. The main thing what I was saying is that be sure that the images are controlled for people that is neutral, because if you have someone that is close to one team or the other one, it's always a problem. But if images are controlled for someone neutral, that it seems will be like that. After, it's a question of practice to be sure that also you are not giving too much information. I think it was a game in United States that they were practicing, and the referee every time was asking for the screen, and then they have 9 times that he was asking for information. So I think if you implement the system and then you practice a little bit, can help for big decisions. Hopefully, yes.
Does it concern you at all the flow of the game maybe interrupted?
Yeah, I'd say it depends. This one that I was telling you was 9 times in the first half. I think he was asking for advice. But if they practice and they know that will be crucial decisions, maybe they can do well. But not all the time. The one thing that football has is that you don't know. Sometimes it's the referee made a mistake, or you think that he made a mistake, and that is something that you can talk after in the TV or in the press for weeks. Then that is something good sometimes, but also as a professional, you want the decisions right. Then if they have any help, maybe it could be positive. Again, I will say if they are used in the right way.
Transfer window is open now. How's it looking as far as Newcastle are concerned?
I don't know exactly which is our budget, so I don't have any news.
That must be a frustration, I guess, for you at this stage. We're 4 or 5 days into the month, and you don't know what you have to spend.
We have to keep working, trying to be sure that we have our targets, but still, because I don't know, what I have to do is to prepare the game of tomorrow.
Are you seeking meetings with Lee Charnley or Mike Ashley when he's back to try and find out exactly what you do have to spend?
We had a meeting last week that we had some conversations, and I'm waiting now for an answer.
Does it concern you at all that you might not be able to bring anyone in? Obviously Mike Ashley remains on holiday. I think you said a couple of weeks ago you would like to have the squad in place by January the 20th. Does it
maximum?
Yeah, maximum. Does that concern you that you might not have that in place, or you may struggle to get anyone in?
We had the meeting last week. We were talking about the options, targets, and waiting for the numbers. I can't say nothing or no more because it's just we continue preparing the games and just to be sure that the team that we have, the squad that we have, is available.
Can I put two names to you if you don't mind? Any interest in Troy Deeney from Watford?
No movements, and no, we wouldn't talk about names.
You won't talk about names?
No.
Well, one name that we thought you might have been interested in, but it looks like it won't happen, is Danny Ings. Was he one that you perhaps could have brought in, but it looks like it won't happen now?
At the moment, we don't have any movement, so we are waiting.
Okay, thank you.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Rafa, overall in the transfer window, how much do you feel you need to strengthen?
I'm happy with my squad, and still we need some bodies, but how many, I will not say how many because I don't know the budget, so it doesn't matter if I say 1, 2, 3 or 4 or whatever, because it depends on the money available and the players available. Sometimes you have a target and you cannot get the target because January is always difficult. They are fighting for something, or they are in top side that they don't want to leave now. So I think it's not a question of how many. We need to bring someone, but we will see.
And are you feeling optimistic or pessimistic, or is it just hard to say given that you don't have the information around?
Realistic. That means that we have one game tomorrow and that's it.
And in terms of the takeover, it has all gone seemingly very quiet. Is there any news that you can give us?
I don't have any news.
And do you feel that the uncertainty around it is affecting the wider atmosphere at the club? We've spoken about the players and yourself, but I'm thinking of the fans. Obviously, it's ongoing. We know that Mike Ashley wants to sell the club, and they're talking about it all the time on social media. Is it affecting the wider atmosphere around the club?
The easiest answer will be to say yes, but the reality is the team has been doing well. And I said, when we started talking about the takeover and all these things, I said, the team is not talking too much about that. We are concentrating on games, and then the last games prove that it's like this. In terms of the atmosphere around, maybe a lot of people, they are talking about all these things, but the players, we are just concentrating on games, and obviously the staff, we talk about the transfer window, but we cannot change anything. It's just keep working behind the scenes and then try to do our best to bring what we need, and that's it.
In terms of the FA Cup, you've said you'll name a strong side tomorrow against Luton. Just where is the FA Cup on your priority list this season?
We approached this year, every year, but with the same idea. It's one game at a time. So now is the most important game for us. We will try to win and to go through. We know that they're doing well in the league, and they will bring a lot of fans. So we know that it's a massive game for them, but for us it has to be the same. So we try to win this one and see where we are and see what happens in the future. But the first thing is to win this one.
It's a competition that Newcastle have struggled in recent years, which has led to a lot of frustration from the fans. Is it something that you can understand, that desire for a good cup run, and does that play into your thinking in terms of how important it is to give that to them?
For sure, I understand, because everybody wants to win and to win trophies, but the reality is that we are where we are. So we will try to win this game and see if we can progress, and after decide. It depends on what is going on and the players available and each moment. So it's not the same when you play 2 games in a week, when you play 1 game a week. So then we will try to manage in the best way possible to go through as far as we can.
Thanks.
Cheers.
Rafa, there's 3 divisions between you, but Luton Town have been scoring goals for fun this season, at times even outscoring Manchester City. So a team, despite the gulf in class, that comes up to St James's with that much confidence, I suppose you can't underestimate them.
No, for sure. I think that we have experience in the cups in England that any game is so difficult that you cannot go to any game with overconfidence. So we will try, as I said before, a strong team and to do well and try to win and go through, because we want to win and we want to progress. That's it.
You talk about a strong team, but obviously it's a squad game. Is it a difficult balancing act to do it enough to beat Luton, with obviously giving tired players a chance to regroup for the next Premier League?
One game a week, we'll try a strong team.
Despite all this, how many fixtures you've had over that close period?
Yeah, but we passed these games that they were very close. Now we have time to recover. So I think that you will see the team and you will say, okay, Rafa was right.
Can a good cup run assist the Premier League form?
Yeah, the cup run for us is to win tomorrow. That's it. That is the cup run. After we will see which is the rival if we go through. But before we have to win against Luton, as you say, they come with confidence. So we have to approach the game with this idea that we are better if we do what we have to do. But we play against a good team, well organized, with a lot of confidence. So no, we cannot underestimate them.
I hope I haven't got this wrong, but the Luton manager Nathan Jones, I think, may have come across you before late 90s Extremadura Badajoz and a promotion campaign.
No, I don't. I was checking. I don't know him or I don't remember him, but he was playing in Spain for Numancia and after for Badajoz. So I think he will talk Spanish. We will talk a little bit about that.
Apparently, he was playing full-back, and it was a like a top of the table match, and I think you were managing Extremadura.
Extremadura could be, yeah. Badajoz. The rivalry between Extremadura and Badajoz is massive, so they're very, very close. And then I will talk about that because I know that he was in Numancia, and one of the members of my staff was playing for Numancia, and Badajoz. Obviously, if I was in Extremadura, it's a big rivalry.
And you won promotion; they came second. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. In terms of Luton, 7,500, it's going to be one of the bigger away followings at St James's Park. I mean, they're going to make quite a lot of noise. It's an exciting time for the lower league clubs.
Yeah, I think that means that they have a lot of support from their fans, and at the same time, they are doing well. So, as you say before, they are scoring goals, they are top of the table, they are with a lot of confidence, and the fans, they will be happy and delighted if they see a good game tomorrow. Hopefully, our fans will be happier at the end.
And one of Newcastle's favourite players in recent times, Rob Lee, his boys Ollie and Elliot could be in the starting lineup against you. They scored at Gateshead, so it's another trip to the northeast for them. So
hopefully they will be calm and they cannot score. But yeah, I know that he has two sons there, and one is playing almost every game. So I think it will be another interesting thing. Okay. Thank you. Cheers.
Thank you.